the Al Hassan and Josh Fremd fight falling out, we just have two best prop bets to lean on last week. And we go 1-1 with Jonathan Pierce inside the distance at plus 225, having no chance considering the type of aggression that we saw from Pat Sabatini. So we rip up that ticket, but luckily we're able to profit with Temerov by knockout at plus 250 as he gets CJ Vergara out of there. Very, very impressive performance from the UFC newcomer. The long shot, I kind of was a little bit too confident in this spot with Nico Price round 2, round 3, plus 1,400, plus 2,200. And I was very underwhelmed with the performance that he was able to put on against Garimbo. Had no answer. I really expected him to be a lot more competitive in that matchup, but I guess I was just off my rocker going into that fight. So I got another 3 best prop bets for you guys for this weekend's UFC card. So let's get right into it. First one up is going to be Jessica Penne by submission at plus 460. Now she goes up against striker Elise Reed, who has lost all of her UFC fights by finish, and the majority of them, or actually all of them, taking place on the mat. She's been submitted a few times. She's also been TKO'd a few times. And I do think that Penne has enough of a jiu-jitsu advantage to find that submission should she get this fight to the ground. That's a big if, and I completely understand why the line is as wide as it is. And heck, I even picked against Penne on my official predictions, but if she is able to get the grappling going here, I think that submission prop is very live, and I think it's worthy of pointing out in this segment at plus 460. The second best prop that I'm going to have is Asu Almabayev by decision at plus 110. And even though Nicolau has been knocked out in both of his last 2 losses, I think Almabayev's approach will be more grappling based, and that will allow Nicolau to see the final bell in this matchup. I do not think he will succumb to a TKO or a submission on the ground here, but I do think we'll see Almabayev control all the positions and just chip away at Nicolau and rinse and repeat for 3 rounds until he gets his hand raised on the scorecards. The third best prop bet is going to be Darren Elkins by submission at plus 470. You could also get Darren Elkins in round 3, which I think is a pretty good line. I think plus 1,100. But I'm going to go more so with the submission prop in case he gets it done earlier. Again, this will be competitive early, but that Elkins pressure and relentlessness will pay off for him in the second and third rounds, which should eventually lead to him breaking Daniel Pineda, opening up a submission opportunity, and getting the tap. Elkins by submission, especially against a guy who's known to gas the way that Daniel Pineda does, is always worth a shot. And at plus 470, sign me up. This week's long shot is definitely a long shot. Might have my conspiracy hat on for this one, but I'm going to go Jocelyn Edwards by submission at plus 1,100 as she goes up against slugger Tamiris Vidal. Now, hear me out. Jocelyn Edwards was a main training partner for Valentina Shevchenko as Shevchenko prepared for her 3rd fight against Alexa Grasso back in September. In that matchup, we know that Shevchenko was highly reliant on getting the fight to the ground and looking to find that dominant position from the with her wrestling and her grappling. And I'm certain that we've seen Edwards pick up a few things during that training camp, which would possibly help her in a fight like this, where she would take the path of least resistance, taking Tamiris Vidal to the ground, wearing her out, and then opening up a submission opportunity for herself. She is quite active off her back, as we've seen in the past, so I think that she could take that BJJ approach here against Vidal, and that would be the path of least resistance. Normally, we see her utilize a lot of footwork and use her kicks from distance, but if she has watched the tape on Vidal and see how sloppy she can be in the grappling realm, and hopefully Edwards has actually picked up some stuff from that Shevchenko training camp, it could pay off for her here. And at plus 1,100, I'm willing to take a bite on that conspiracy or just that maybe long shot thought, and hopefully that she's able to go out there and get the submission for us here. So once again, that is Jocelyn Edwards by submission at plus 1,100. All right. That's a wrap on all the content for this week. Again, we got 4 MMA events going down this weekend. I've broken down PFL and the UFC for you guys here on the YouTube page. LFA and KSW will be strictly in written form on the MMA LOTN Patreon page. Check the link in the description below. Yeah, that's it. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the support. Good luck on all your action this weekend, folks. And I'll see you guys again Monday. Yes, the MMA Lawcast will be returning to Monday drops now since the Contender Series is done with. And we'll be breaking down the big UFC 308 a day before my birthday. It's going to be a great week. Cannot wait. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Drop a like, drop a subscribe, drop a comment. I'll see you guys again Monday. Peace.